You worked your whole life, paid every penny into the system, and now they're changing the rules again. Prices keep rising, but your Social Security check barely moves. Many seniors are asking, how long can we survive on this? Well, today, I'll show you exactly what's happening and what President Trump just did that's leaving millions stunned. But there's still hope a new move could finally bring relief to struggling retirees. President Trump just made a decision that's shaking the entire Social Security system, and yes, it's leaving millions of Americans completely stunned. What's changing? When are the next checks coming? And how much could seniors actually receive? I'm going to break everything down for you step by step. So, make sure you stay with me till the very end, because this isn't just another Social Security update. This is the biggest shift we've seen in years. But before I dive in, let's start with this headline that everyone's talking about. Seniors, mark your calendars. The 2026 Social Security COLA announcement finally has a date. That's right, the long-awaited cost of living adjustment, or COLA, for 2026 finally has an official release date. Many seniors were confused because, traditionally, the announcement happens in mid-October. But this time, due to ongoing uncertainty in Washington and talk of a possible government shutdown, the schedule was pushed back slightly. Now, the Bureau of Labor Statistics, also known as BLS, has confirmed that the September Consumer Price Index, CPI, will be released on Friday, October 24th at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Once that CPI number is released, the Social Security Administration, SSA, will immediately calculate and announce the official 2026 COLA increase. So yes, seniors, October 24th is the day to mark on your calendar. Now here's where things get even more interesting. A number of analysts are saying this year's COLA could go two ways. If inflation continues its mild trend, the increase could be modest, around 2.7% to 2.8%, translating to about $54 to $58 per month for the average retiree. That's roughly in line with what the Senior Citizens League, or TSCL, predicted earlier. But there's another possibility. If the government switches to a fairer metric called CPE, which tracks seniors' actual living expenses, things like rent, groceries, and medical costs, the increase could jump as high as $300 to $500 per month. That would be a game changer for millions of retirees living on fixed incomes. Before we go deeper into that, though, look at this. Social Security to make payments on Wednesday, October 22nd. This is who's getting a check. That's right, the SSA has confirmed that it will continue sending out October benefits on time, even with all the political drama surrounding the shutdown. In fact, some Social Security beneficiaries are scheduled to get a check on October 22nd, as the SSA pledges to pay on time in spite of the shutdown. Now, let's make this simple. October 22nd payments are specifically for people whose birthdays fall between the 21st and 31st of any month. If that's you, congratulations, your payment is coming next week. And just to make it absolutely clear, the SSA has said the distribution of benefits will continue with no change in payment dates. You can take a look at the agency's complete benefits distribution schedule for 2025 in this online calendar. So yes, seniors, your money is coming on time, and there are no delays expected. Now let's get back to the headline that's shaking up the entire system. Social Security checks are changing due to Donald Trump, and some folks aren't happy. This is the part that's creating massive debate online. According to official reports, a new executive directive aims to modernize how Social Security benefits are delivered. That means, starting this month, paper checks are being phased out. For years, millions of Americans preferred physical checks in their mailboxes. But the SSA now says that direct deposit will become the default method for nearly all recipients. That shift began right after September 30th, which was reportedly the final date for paper check distribution under the previous system. If you still rely on paper checks and haven't switched yet, you'll need to contact the Social Security Administration immediately and explain your situation. If you live in an area with no banking access, or if direct deposit causes financial hardship, you may qualify for an exception, but the agency will review it case by case. For many seniors, this digital transition feels like a shock. But the administration says it's part of a larger modernization effort, one aimed at preventing fraud, improving security, and ensuring faster payments. Still, critics say the change could create confusion and delays for older Americans who aren't comfortable with technology. And that's why this next part is so crucial to understand. The push for a higher COLA and a fairer inflation formula is now gaining real momentum. A growing number of lawmakers, along with senior advocacy groups like the TSCL, are calling for the COLA calculation to switch from CPIW, which reflects urban wage earners, to CP, which focuses on seniors' expenses. Under CPI, the SSA would weigh medical costs, prescription drugs, rent, and groceries more heavily, all of which hit retirees much harder than younger workers. So, what does that mean for your Social Security check? Well, if the CPI system were implemented today, the COLA increase could be nearly 10 times higher than the modest 2.7% figure currently projected. That could mean hundreds of extra dollars per month for retirees who have been struggling to keep up with rising prices. Now, I want to ask you this. Do you support this shift to CPI? If you do, type in the comments below, "I support Social Security increase." Because remember, if people stay silent, nothing changes. And this movement is gaining power because of seniors like you speaking up. Let's quickly summarize what's happening right now so no one gets lost. KeyCap won October 22nd, final round of Social Security payments for October, covering birthdays between the 21st and 31st. KeyCap 2 October 24th, official 2026 COLA announcement date. KeyCap 3 paper checks are being phased out. Switch to direct deposit if you haven't already. KeyCap 4 CPIE metric under review could boost monthly benefits by $300 to $500 in the future. Now let's go back to this again, because it's the line that's dominating headlines across major outlets. Social Security to make payments on Wednesday, October 22nd. This is who's getting a check. Millions of Americans depend on these payments each month, and despite rumors, the SSA confirmed that all distributions will go out on time, without delay, even if Washington faces temporary funding issues. That's why it's so important to know your payment group. If your birthday falls between 1st to 10th paid on the 2nd Wednesday, 11th to 20th paid on the 3rd Wednesday, 21st to 31st paid on the 4th Wednesday, October 22nd this month. So yes, your payment is secure. And here's the good news. For Supplemental Security Income, SSI, recipients, the next payment will arrive early at the end of October, since November 1st falls on a weekend. This means you'll receive your November SSI benefit in advance, but there won't be a second payment in November itself. It's a simple schedule shift, not an extra payment, but it's worth noting. Now, before we wrap up, let's revisit the most debated headline once more because it captures the heart of this entire story. Social Security checks are changing due to Donald Trump, and some folks aren't happy. This single change is reshaping how millions of seniors receive their benefits. Some see it as progress, a modernization effort to streamline payments, while others fear it could leave vulnerable retirees behind. Whichever side you fall on, one thing is clear: Social Security is changing, and staying informed is more important than ever. So make sure you subscribe, stay tuned, and keep your eyes on October 22nd and October 24th, because those two dates will define the future of Social Security payments and the COLA increase for 2026. I'll be here with every update, breaking it down in plain English so you never miss a thing. Until next time, take care, stay informed, and as always, keep standing up for your benefits, because your voice matters.